guys. It's Miss Condos. I thought that I'd read Officer Buckle and Gloria for you guys. This book kind of talks a little bit about Habit 6, and obviously we'll talk more about Habit 6 as we continue on. Remember, Habit 6 is synergize. Why don't we say them all together, actually? Okay, ready? In this school, we practice the 7 habits of happy kids. 1, be proactive. I'm in charge of myself. 2, begin with the end in mind. I have a plan and set goals. 3, put first things first. I work first, then play. 4, think win-win. I can solve problems so everyone can win. 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. I can listen before I talk. 6, synergize. Together is better. 7, sharpen the saw. Balance feels best. So let's listen to this story and kind of figure out how Officer Buckle and Gloria either show us how synergizing is important, how they do or they don't synergize in the story, and maybe you can tell a mom, dad, brother, sister, dog, cat, fish, stuffed animal about why they aren't showing synergizing in this story, okay? Another thing with that, this is one of my favorite books. So I really hope you guys like it. Let's also think through it and figure out, obviously, the moral is to synergize. It's to work together. But let's figure out how they show us that that's the moral. And why don't you also think about some of the context clues that might answer what's going to happen throughout the book. Or if you don't understand a word, think about the context clues that you're hearing or that you're seeing in the pictures, okay? So let's get started, all right? Oh, I'm in my comfy, cozy sweater because it snowed yesterday. Wasn't that crazy? Bet some of you got to build snowmen or play in the snow. It's awesome. Okay, so Officer Buckle and Gloria. All right. Officer Buckle knew more safety tips than anyone else in Napville. Every time he thought of a new one, he thumbtacked it to his bulletin board. Safety tip number 77. Never stand on a swivel chair. Oh no. My mom told me that when I was younger. Maybe your parents have told you that too. All right. Officer Buckle shared his safety tips with the students in Napville School. Nobody ever listened. Sometimes there was snoring. Afterward, it was business as usual. Mrs. Topple, the principal, took down the welcome banner. Never stand on a swivel chair, said Officer Buckle, but Mrs. Topple didn't hear him. Uh-oh. So based off the picture, and since he's saying that, what do you think, Maya? All right. Then one day, Napville's police department bought a police dog named Gloria. Oh, there she is. All right, and we use those context clues to figure out that that was Gloria because we know it's the new police dog, and they're in a police car, and it said that her name was Gloria, so we can assume that's probably Gloria. When it was time for Officer Buckle to give the safety speech at the school, Gloria went along. Children, this is Gloria, announced Officer Buckle. Gloria obeys my commands. Gloria sit, and Gloria sat. I want you to use those context clues to figure out what the word obeys means. What does the word obeys mean? Okay, next page. Officer Buckle gave safety tip number 1. Keep your shoelaces tied. The kids sat up and stared. Officer Buckle checked to see if Gloria was sitting at attention. She was. Safety tip number 2, said Officer Buckle. Always wipe up spills before someone slips and falls. The children's eyes popped. Officer Buckle checked on Gloria again. Good dog, he said. Officer Buckle thought of a safety tip he had discovered that morning. So here she's goofing around, but then when he looks at her, she's still following directions. Okay. Never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it. That's a good tip. Officer Buckle grinned. He said the rest of the tips with plenty of expression. The children clapped their hands and cheered. Some of them laughed until they cried. Officer Buckle was surprised. He had never noticed how funny safety tips could be. After this safety speech, there wasn't a single accident the whole time. Okay. The next day, an enormous envelope arrived at the police station. It was stuffed with thank you letters from the students at Knapville School. Awesome. Every letter had a drawing of Gloria on it. Officer Buckle thought the drawing showed a lot of imagination. Dear Gloria and Officer Buckle, thanks for coming to our school. You are nice, your friend George. They're all written in different handwriting. Okay? And I always liked this page because it shows all of his tips. He has them up here. Always swim with a buddy. Stay away from abandoned refrigerators. Lock up your valuables. Thought that page was kind of cool because you can see all of his tips that he's talking about. All right, let's keep reading. His favorite letter was written on a star-shaped piece of paper. It said, you and Gloria make a good team. Your friend, Claire. P.S. I always wear a crash helmet. Safety tip number 7. Okay, so she brought up one of his safety tips, and she said that they make a good team. Part of synergizing is being a good partner, being a good teammate, working with others. So that's awesome. Officer Buckle was thumbtacking Claire's letter to his bulletin board when the phone started ringing. Grade schools, high schools, and daycare centers were calling about the safety speech. Officer Buckle, they said, our students want to hear your safety tips, and please bring along your police dog. Taking the phone call. Let's see what happens. Okay, so Officer Buckle told his safety tips to 313 schools. Everywhere he and Gloria went, children sat up and they listened. Okay. After every speech, Officer Buckle took Gloria out for ice cream. Officer Buckle loved having a buddy. Then one day, a television news team videotaped Officer Buckle in the State College auditorium. What do you guys think he's going to see when he watches back that tape that he doesn't know is happening? Think in your brains. Think in your brains. All right, let's keep reading and figure it out. Okay. When he finished safety tip number 99, do not go swimming during electrical storms, the students jumped to their feet and applauded. Bravo, bravo, they cheered. Officer Buckle bowed again and again. That night, Officer Buckle watched himself on the 10 o'clock news. The next day, the principal of Knapville School telephoned the police station. Good morning, Officer Buckle. It's time for our safety speech. Officer Buckle frowned. I'm not giving any more speeches. Nobody looks at me anyway. Oh, said Mrs. Topple. Well, how about Gloria? Could she at least come? Someone else from the police station gave Gloria a ride to the school. Gloria sat on stage looking lonely. Then she fell asleep. So did the audience. After Gloria left, Knapville School had its biggest accident ever. Uh-oh. Had a big accident. Do you think that's maybe because they didn't have any more tips from Officer Buckle? Maybe. It started with a puddle of banana pudding. Splat, splatter, sploosh. Everyone slid smack into Mrs. Topple, who screamed and let go of her hammer. Oh, no. She's on the swivel chair. She wasn't supposed to be on the swivel chair, and she dropped a hammer. Oh, no. And there was that tip to always clean up spills as soon as they happen. They didn't listen, huh? The next morning, a pile of letters arrived at the police station. Every letter had a drawing of the accident. Officer Buckle was shocked. At the bottom of the pile was a note written on a paper star again. Officer Buckle smiled. The note said, Gloria missed you yesterday. Your friend Claire. P.S. Don't worry, I was wearing my helmet. Safety tip number 7. So since she listened to the safety tips, she knew to wear her helmet, and she ended up getting hit with the hammer, it looks like, and she was okay. Kind of cool. She ended up being okay. Gloria gave Officer Buckle a big kiss on the nose. Officer Buckle gave Gloria a nice pat on the back. Then Officer Buckle thought of his best safety tip yet. What do you guys think it'll be? Safety tip 101. Always stick with your buddy. Okay. So I love that story because it teaches us to work together. It teaches us that, Officer Buckle needed Gloria and Gloria needed Officer Buckle. He thought, oh, the kids only want to see her and her tricks. But they needed to hear about him and all of his tips too, right? So while they were watching the tricks, it made it more exciting. But it also made it more exciting. It made it more exciting to see all the tricks, but it also was really good for them to hear the tips. And then they were interested in the tips because of how exciting Gloria was. Gloria wasn't as good all by herself, was she? Was Officer Buckle as good by himself? That's why sometimes in class we work in teams, we work in groups, we work as a class. You're working right now with moms and dads and brothers and sisters and with my help. And this is totally the time to synergize. Work together with moms and dads and brothers and sisters, okay? Maybe you're not teaching safety tips, but make sure maybe if you have a little brother or sister, you're helping them with their homework. Or maybe if you see mom or dad needs some help with cleaning up something, maybe you help them, okay? This is the best time to synergize and to work together and stay positive, okay? Miss Condos loves you.